Hello, everybody. Things seems to be getting worse than we can ever imagine. Imagine having a visa on your passport and you take it home. The next thing you're called to submit the visa and then the visa revoked. Guys, let's get into the details. This is no rumor, nor it is speculations. It is bad. Anyway, let's get into the news. According to Premium Times, in recent weeks, an unsettling trend has quietly unfolded. The United States Embassy in Nigeria has begun revoking valid visas previously issued to Nigerian citizens. Dozens of Nigerians are affected, professionals, entrepreneurs, various types of people, and frequent travelers. And these people have no criminal record whatsoever. They just wake up someday and they receive formal letters from the embassy instructing them to submit their passport to the consulate in Lagos or Abuja, only to have their visa unceremonially cancelled. Can you imagine? You have US visa on your passport, and you're happy, you're excited. You're like, someday I will travel to the US, you know. And the next thing is the visa is revoked. Of course, we all know by now what has been happening to a lot of immigrants in the US in the past months, whereby FBI agents arrest them. The next thing, they go into detention. From there, they get deported to their various countries. Of course, it's not only criminals that are being deported, even people who have overstayed. So to overstay is also a crime, guys. If you overstay and you don't even have a criminal record, it is a crime. You get deported from America. It's been happening for months now. It's so sad. But the worst one is this one. This one whereby you have been given that visa, you have it on your passport, you're paid, for the visa, you've attended the interview, they deem it fit that you qualify for this visa. And the next thing is you get a letter saying submit your passport. That same passport you had that visa on, submit it. But why is this happening? Let's find out even more. And first off, the person who wrote this article in the papers, who confirmed this, he said he has personally reviewed at least 8 such cancellations. Meaning he has proof of at least 8 people who have their visas revoked. So for some reason, their policy have slightly changed. The consulate's reason for this is that new information became available after the visa was issued, meaning probably a change in the policy, so that's their reason. So vague. And to worsen it, these people have not been given an opportunity to appeal the case. So it's as good as bam, your visa is revoked. You cannot appeal. We're sorry, it's revoked. No turning back. Goodbye. And it says that recipients of revoked visas are merely advised to reapply if they wish. Reapply for what, my God? On that letter, it says they may reapply. They are advised to reapply. Reapply for what? Okay, there's a change in policy, so they can reapply whether they fit into the new information that has been added to the policy, to the previous policy. And I expect the embassy to at least refund these people. Yes, to refund them. And even if there's a change in the policy, they received their visa when the previous policy was still on. So how, make it make sense? And also it says here, the wave of these cancellations appears to reflect an unspoken tightening of US visa policy towards Nigerian travelers in particular. Since the late 2010s, Washington has steadily increased the scrutiny of nationals from high migration countries, with Nigeria frequently on the list. What that means is that Washington, the US, they have studied, looked upon their data, the statistics, and they've discovered that so nationals have a high migration rate into the US. And Nigeria happens to be on that list, meaning some nationals from some particular countries, there so many of them migrating to the US. Why is that so? So I guess the American government have now decided that no, we would want a mixture. We don't want a particular national to have a high population or have this amount of population in the US, because that's what it means. They have a list of nationals or nationalities that their migration into the US is on the high rise. So they say Nigerians is among this list. So that means they want to quench or reduce the influx of migrants from Nigeria in this case. So therefore, they want to limit our movement into the United States of America. But this pattern is too harsh. Yes, too harsh. People who already have visa, who have no criminal record, no red flags, no violation of overstay, and yet they say, Mr. Nigeria, let us have your passport back. We decide to nullify that visa that you have on the passport. So that means that now Donald Trump has reduced the 5 years multiple tourist visa to 3 months single. So that means that people who are happy that at least I have 5 years on my booklet, I'm not I can still travel to the US despite all this deportation of you know overstay visas and criminals and all that, or the tightening of the policy. I remember, I think it's 2022 or 2022 or 23. I went to apply for a visa and I was refused. And I remember there was a woman that she was ahead of me, and the way she came up with as she left the interview, and I was still in that hall, and as she was walking towards me before it gets to my turn, she had this very big happy smile on her face. And as of that time, it has been the duration has been increased to 5 years. So I just hope this woman is not among. So you can imagine that woman she was looking very, very happy. So right now, their tightening of policy will really dash people's emotions, mess up a lot of things for people right now. Anyway, it cannot be like this forever, and the world is changing at a faster pace. But even though the world is changing at a faster pace, we hope for it to change with goodies. we change with something that will bring joy to our hearts, not something that will sadden us. So, guys, please comment below. What do you think? This is a quiet crisis because it's not written in the papers that, oh, Nigerians who have visas come to the embassies, just individuals. The individuals get a letter and their issue is addressed, visa revoked. And I can imagine how a lot of careers would have been disrupted now. Families will have been torn apart, dreams dashed, horrible things. This is very sad. This is really, really sad. This is really, really sad. This this would have destroyed a lot of plans, a lot of future ambitions. It's sad. Anyway, guys, bye for now. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.